Sarah.
And I'm David. And we're talking about Big Brother. Still Cliff's HOH. It didn't go the way everybody wanted it to quite, but...
Right. But we agree it's the best move he could probably make.
Yes.
He's going to be safe for a couple weeks.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's better than it has been. I'll say that much. this HOH week. So we're going to recap Wednesday's episode, Thursday's episode. We don't have a whole lot of spoilers because the HOH competition is happening as we
now.
record. So
yes.
Let's start with Wednesday's episode.
Right, coming out of the nomination ceremony.
Right.
Oh, Jack's are on the vlog. Remember that?
Oh God, that was so good. What a high.
those days?
Right? And Nick and Bella are of course talking to Cliff and they're like, congrats, like what a big move. You are so brave. Like they're just thrilled to be safe because like they were just blindsided by this vote from the previous situation. So they're very happy.
Tommy's crying.
Oh, Christie's emotional.
Could not be more crushed that his... He has a crush on Jack. Like, that's
100%.
Yeah, and they are aligned,
Yeah.
but, like, Tommy is invested in Jack, and so this is heartbreaking.
Yeah, right. He's very, very sad. But, you know, Jack's, like, putting on a strong face.
We get to see the have-nots.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cliff technically chooses.
Yeah.
But Jackson did...
He volunteered.
Yeah,
we saw his hand up.
That's about that.
So things have been happening on the live feeds that they didn't show on the show.
Nope, nothing about that.
No, nothing about the rules being broken on the show.
Nope.
No penalties on the show, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. But the have-nots happen, and now their room is the old camp comeback room.
Right.
So that's the new have-not room. And that's where we see Jackson sort of fishing for who has this last power, right? Because he knew that Obi
He's
had
like,
the
I'm
first
on the
power.
block. This is my game. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know who's got this.
Yeah.
Guess what? Your good pal Jack has
Good
it.
pal, yeah.
And they like hug it out like it's amazing. And I'm like, dude, no, he hid that from you.
He hid that from you. There were like no hard feelings that it was kept
Christie
a
knew.
secret.
Christie obviously
Yeah,
knew.
people knew and you did not know, Jackson, but it was just like jumping into Jack's arms. He's thrilled.
Then we actually get to see Jack use his...
Now, this is what we were waiting
Yeah,
for.
we talked about this in our last video.
Yes.
We knew he used it, and it didn't seem like it panned out, but it was better than I even realized.
Oh my God, yes. They do the draw, and Cliff, actually in the first round, he got house guest choice, and he chose Sam. Yeah.
And Jack just living it up. He's like,
hold up.
Power.
Yeah.
And then Jackson's like, like the two
buddy.
of them are like, ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah, just like swinging their you-know-whats around, which is like,
then
ugh.
literally, Jack himself pulls out Sam's chip.
It's too perfect.
It was poetic justice.
Yeah,
it was
and
beautiful.
he was really digging, right? Like, he's like, I'm gonna get the best name possible. And you could just see it on his face immediately. It's Sam. And
I loved it.
What was great is like, Cliff was a good sport about the power, right? Like, this power was used to kind of screw Cliff, right? Or mess with his HOH. And Cliff's like, good job, Jack. Like, respect, it's a game.
Right.
And Jack is like, yeah, thanks. Like, he just was a total asshole about it, which I'm not surprised because that's who Jack is.
He's just being Jack.
And then Cliff is like reading the instructions and he's like, I'll draw first. And Jack's like, again. Like throwing it in his face. I'm like, why do you have to be a jerk all the time?
He can't help it.
Ugh.
It's in his core being of him.
Right. But it didn't really work out for him. I mean, he got Sis and Kat in the redraw who maybe are playing for him.
It's a little better, but still they had Sam and that's who they were avoiding. And the fact that Jack pulled it himself is just
too good.
everything I needed
It's too
to
good.
see.
Thank you, Big Brother gods, for giving us that moment.
Karma's a queen.
Yeah. So then we get to see the veto competition play out. They're stripping out of their clothes, and we're both thinking like the girls are probably going to be great at this because like girls change clothes in their car all the time.
We're
like
always like, how do we get through this and like out?
And like flexibility, I think helps a lot in this competition. So I'm not thinking Cliff's going to do great, and someone who's like muscle bound like Jack, I don't think is going to do great either because just seeing them try to pull like the wetsuit over their really broad shoulders, like that's a little tougher when you're trying to like contort yourselves into all these positions. Well, Kat does really well.
Yes.
Kat is slowly becoming the veto queen.
Right? I thought thought she had this. I mean, I knew who had it, but like looking at it, it looked like she had it. And Cliff looked super awkward. And then Sam, Mr. Veto King, was just like, I'm just gonna do it real quick without touching any buttons. I was like, no, that's not how that works.
That's not good. You're just apparently not super good at the math aspect of this. Like maybe he took the least amount of time to achieve it.
Not touching a button, but yeah.
Right, exactly. But then it was so sped up because he wasn't touching any buttons that like he had one of the worst times.
I love that Jack finished and was like, feel good
about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
worst time.
Worst time. It was just the perfect episode for me because I'm not a fan of Jack. So he does the worst, and then Mickey, as we spoiled in our last video, he ends up beating Kat by like 26 seconds or something, so it was close. But Mickey gets it, and now he's got the power of veto.
If only Kat had saved 6 seconds. I don't know. That would have been a different story.
Would have been a different story. But alas.
It would not have been that different, but.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. This is when Christie, you know, goes into full Christie gear.
Full Christie mode.
She is like,
Right. Because she's like, all eyes are on me now. Like, I wanted to use this power on myself, but now everybody's looking at me to use this power for them.
I wish not everybody knew, because then I could just like make the choice.
Christie, why does everybody know? Because of you. Like, this is why you keep powers a secret. Because if everybody knows about your power, they're going to be looking to you to use it when they need you to use it. So she's all upset and getting emotional. And then Jackson's like, Christie, calm down. You just use the power on me, and then I'll make the move. I'll put Bella up. You don't have to put Bella up. And as much as I am not a fan of Jackson, he's trying to make a move here and like build his own resume. He's trying to find a way to get Christie to use this power, but he's really the one who is using the power and putting up the replacement nominee. He gets to take credit for that. That's what he's gunning for.
That was his plan from the get-go.
Yeah.
I'll put myself on the block.
Yeah.
I'll save. Like, this was always about him from the beginning.
Yeah.
It really had nothing to do with him. He made it about him.
Yeah, right. He's like trying to act like a martyr, like he's falling on a sword, like I'll make the move. But really, it's a good thing if you're at the end to have made a move like that. So he's just trying to build a resume here. And Christie kind of sees through it. She's like, Jackson is on my last nerve, and like I'm trying to use this power for myself, and he doesn't get to take it from me. He's like trying to dictate a little too much.
He's like, I'll make the move, but she's like, I don't think you hear me. It's my power.
It's my power.
And honestly, if it's your power, you want to use it to save yourself.
Right.
So like they were talking about two different things.
Yes, right.
You know, like she's like, I want to save it for me, and he's like, don't worry about it, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
We are not on the same page here.
And then we see just a snippet of her conversation with Cliff.
Right. She's like out to find a way to not use this power. Yeah. So we see her make that promise to Cliff that she will either use it to his advantage in the next 2 weeks, or like if she can't, she will keep him safe for the next 2 weeks. He won't be her target. This is music to Cliff's ears because Christie's the only one who is really targeting Cliff in the first place. Like, he wasn't really on anyone else's radar.
He doesn't fully know that, but that is the truth.
Yeah, right.
Once Christie stops saying your name, you're fine.
Nobody else is talking about you.
Yeah, he was only on the block because of Christie.
So I think he's just, again, like we talked about in our last video, he's realizing I swung and I missed, and he's just kind of trying to like make a deal to smooth things over now and like have it be smooth sailing for the rest of his HOH.
Look, we've already talked about it. It is what it is. We see a little bit of it on the show. And onward we move on to this ceremony where Jackson does take himself off the block. And Christie does not use her power because this deal has been made. And Cliff puts up Bella as he promised. And Nick is upset.
Yes, right, yeah. So now Nick is like devastated. Now we're getting into Thursday's episode. Nick is muy emocional, right? He's mad at Cliff.
So mad.
And it's like, Nick, what's done is done. Like, Cliff can't take it back. Like, what are you mad about at this point?
What your HOH was, is done is done. That's the bigger thing I want to point out here.
Yeah.
Nick, obviously he's going to be upset. His girl's on the block, probably going home.
Yep.
You know, I get it. You're upset. But like the fact that he's like, we got to make a big move. We're all losing. I'm like, you already had your shot.
Yeah. You missed it.
Cliff's got to look out for himself and not for you.
And also when Nick was like, Cliff, don't you realize that like the people you're trying to help now are the same 6 people who voted you out last week? I'm like, Nick, don't you know that move was against you? It had nothing to do with Cliff. The house was flipping to betray you and backstab you and not do what you wanted. Like,
and also, how did Cliff get on the block, Nick?
You literally put him up there. You were the HO. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Anyway, yes.
He's overwhelmed. Of course, like, Jack is thrilled, right? Jack is very pleased with Cliff's move.
There was not a time this week when Jack was worried about his life in Big Brother.
Right.
He knew that once Bella was going, once Jackson won the veto, Jack knew he was going to be just fine.
Bella going to be fine.
He's going to be the one to go. He's not worried about it.
Right, because now the 6 shooters are calling the shots again. Like, basically, Cliff is no longer the HOH. Who cares? Like, the 6 shooters get to do whatever they want to do.
Right.
So we see a little bit of Cliff, like, trying to kind of make a deal with Jack and Jackson, and Christie, of course, is there as well, because she's there for everything.
Everything.
And, you know, whatever, they're trying to make a deal. We see Nick and Bella crying to each other over the chess set or whatever. They're so emotional, and they love each other more than anyone they've loved in their whole lives.
They love each other. They're officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
She doesn't have anywhere to go after this because her stuff is at her ex-boyfriend's house. Her mom, you know, we saw in the thing, not happy. She doesn't know where she's gonna go. She's probably gonna call Nick's mom. I mean, they're a whole mess together. They are, but
they're just so codependent.
They are tearful, and it's a sad moment. But here, let's give Bella some credit.
Yes, okay, because now she's on the campaign trail.
She is. And even the very first day, she like immediately went to, okay, what could my strategy be? And Nick was in that defeatist mood that first day where he was like, don't even worry. There's nothing that's going to happen. Like, there's nothing you can say. Don't even do it. And she was like, okay, I'm going to still do it. And, you know, Nick finally got back into his like game mode and he was like, okay, let's talk to these people. And she did it. And they didn't show her talking to everybody. They just showed some of it, but she did go to Jackson and Holly, which I think was her strongest play. Okay. If she could get those two to flip,
they're the most likely.
That would have been the only thing really she could have done. But as we knew, it just really nothing was gonna happen.
Right, and she ate it, like she kind of acknowledged, like, I'm sorry, like I know I haven't played the best game, but like, keep in mind, Jack is a way bigger threat than I am. He won this HOH, whatever. He's came close on this one. Like, she kind of like brought stuff up and she was like, I've never won anything. And that's really the best thing that she can do. And even during the show, I was like, maybe she should be like trying to make deals with people, offering people safety if she does win something. Sarah very smartly was like, you can't take Bella at her word at this point. Everybody knows she's not trustworthy, so like that's a very good point. But she made the best case that she could, and I was just glad that we didn't just watch her roll over and die and give up.
Yes, exactly. We should also point out that Cliff got a segment, the Cliff Maniacs.
Yeah, the Cliff of Maniacs.
Yeah,
whatever.
Nobody calls him that.
Yeah.
But they went to his family. That was cute.
Yes.
His twerking made the TV show, you guys. I can't believe that happened, but it did. I mean, it's cute.
It's cute.
Let's remember that we love Cliff. He got a lot of hate this week because he didn't make that big sexy move, but we adore him, and for a minute, he was our savior, so let's not forget that.
Right.
So that was cute. Let's get to this vote.
To the vote. Okay, so we're like, we see Bella and Jack are both in athletic wear. So we're like, is this going to be close? Does Bella think she might stay?
Holding out some hope here? Did something change?
Yeah, right.
No, nothing changed.
So it was 8-2, and the only 2 votes for Bella to stay were Nick and Sam.
Yeah, which I wasn't even sure if Sam was going to give her that vote. Because Sam has worked a lot this week on damage control. Yeah. Like, Bella worked hard. And Sam worked hard. He was like, I'm not associated with them. What are you talking about?
We're not friends.
Totally like, what? Their damage, not mine. You know, like really, really working hard to not be next out the door. Yeah. So the fact that he gave her his vote was very nice. And I'm sure he's just going to be like, you know, friends.
Yes.
But I was surprised.
Yeah.
Nick obviously was going to vote for her. He wasn't even pretending.
But those are the only two. So Bella's out the door now, and
very tearful. Oh, we see Nick throw himself into Sam's arms. I mean, even I was like,
yeah, it was like.
Then Bella's crying to Julie,
sobbing to Julie.
It was an emotional eviction.
Yeah.
And it's really our first like traditional eviction.
Right, because last week was the first time anybody left the house, period, with the 3 people from Camp Comeback. So this is the first sort of proper, like, sit in the chair, let's talk.
One person opened the door for way too long, sit down with Julie.
Right. But I was so glad that Julie brought up Nicole to Bella and sort of, like, said, remember when you were so horrible to Nicole and Nicole was telling you the truth that your alliance was trying to turn on you?
How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that? And Bella's like, yeah, you know, that mob mentality, like, we just all got in a room together and we didn't let Nicole in and, you know.
Yeah, Bella spoke about it very well, I thought.
She did.
On the feeds, we did see Bella and Nick both apologize to Nicole and say, you were right, we should have trusted you. You know, they took all of the blame, and Nicole got to the point where she was like, thank you, glad to hear it, I forgive you, and she even said to the cameras, hey America, I hope you can forgive them too if I can.
Really nice.
It was nice to see. You know, obviously the damage is done, and that's why Bella is out the door.
Yeah, it was not enough to get a vote from Nicole for you, Bella, sorry, because Nicole's like, A, you blew up my game, and B, like, I gotta be under the radar and make these people think that I'm with them for now. So.
Yeah. So I was just happy to hear how Bella phrased it. She sounded, you know,
she had more perspective. Yeah.
And she'll get even more perspective once she is outside.
Yeah, and reads all the stuff on the internet about her.
Oh boy. Good luck to you, girl. Good
luck. So then they head into the HOH competition, which is still happening right now.
It's still happening right now.
But now we know that there's a new twist coming, and America gets to send 3 house guests on a road trip.
A field trip.
A field trip, right.
What is a field trip?
It puts 1 house guest game in danger.
3 on a field trip and somebody's game is on
the line or in danger, something like that. So it feels like we want to send members of the 6 shooters on this, folks.
Right. Obviously, we're going to wait for the details.
Right.
But we do get to vote on something which excites me because, gosh, when Camp Comeback was happening, I was like, can we please vote for something?
Yes.
Because we need to punish people.
I know.
And give people power that we like.
And CBS must be recognizing, like, we gotta give America something because America's not loving this cast. So we need to shake things up.
With BB21. We are struggling.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a HOH update at this point. Obviously, by the time you're watching this,
it's totally all out of date, but
I see Jack down. I see Tommy down. We already knew that Christie was down. Sam, Nicole, Jess, and Nick had already gone down.
So I think it's down to 4. It's Holly, Kat, Mickey, and Sis. Okay.
Yep.
All right, the ladies are killing it on this one so
far.
They
all look really good, except Holly. I don't understand this position. I don't think Holly's going to last here. I'm
not sure. And Mickey has looked so solid the entire time.
He sure has. So. I don't think I want any of these people to win except for Kat.
Except Kat.
Kat might be interesting.
That would be interesting because she and Jackson have not been getting along. They kind of had a fight. That's why she jokingly voted to evict Jackson in the episode.
Yes.
So that could make for an interesting game. Oh, we also forgot to mention that we saw the little Holly and Catherine segment.
Oh, finally!
In the Thursday episode. We've known for so long that they are aware of each other, and now we finally get the details of they're not necessarily friends, but they run in the same world professionally.
Right, they were acquaintances. We knew that. We saw that they followed each other and commented on each other's social media.
Yeah.
And we've seen in the house them secretly talking about mutual friends.
Yeah.
And they have a final 2. So we finally got to see that on the show.
Yeah.
And people understand that Kat and Holly are sitting pretty in the house because of this relationship.
They're in a very good position because
it's not just Tommy and Christie.
Yeah, exactly. They know each other, but nobody knows that they know each other.
Yeah.
So that's good for them.
Otherwise, I think Sis, Holly, and Mickey are all gonna just put Nick and Sam up. I think it's gonna be a pretty boring week with that.
Yeah. But if Kat wins, it could be something. So
maybe.
Fingers
I don't
crossed.
know if she'd be brave enough, but it might be.
By the time this goes up, we may know who the HOH is.
Exactly.
But
what did you guys think of this ended up very boring week?
Yes, I know.
It was exciting. It started good.
Yeah.
It started real exciting.
Yeah, and what are you guys hoping for this coming week?
Yes, let us know and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.